Welcome to our first Player of the Year, or the week, I guess we should say, show this week. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, here on our interview with a Bear football player each week here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. I'd like to introduce to a young man, one of our captains, a senior, Jacob Gentry. Welcome to our show, Jacob. You're not a big guy. What's the position you're going to be playing?
Strong safety, which, I mean, with the way we run our defense, I'm really like an outside linebacker, but I cover sometimes, like just kind of hybrid, I guess is what you would call it, safety, outside linebacker.
Who's your position coach?
Coach Floyd.
Coach Floyd?
Yeah.
Well, I know he'll get the best out of you there. Is there excitement here at school? I've been here every day so far, and everybody's talking about the first football game. It's McMinn County. It's a Thursday night game. There's a lot of good things there. Is the team fired up and excited about playing this game rather than banging each other's heads all summer long?
Oh yeah, we've been waiting. Like, we can't wait. You know, especially with what happened last year. You know, everybody's going to be gunning for us, wanting to get payback. So we're just ready to show that we can play. Just because we don't have the guys that we did last year don't mean nothing. We're still Bradley.
That's right.
It's our standard.
Has Coach driven home the point that McMinn hates us?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
As he says, we don't especially love them either there. Has he said anything at all, and I know he doesn't want to talk about his own accolades, but has he said anything at all about if we win at the 125th win in his career?
No, he has not. They've just been talking about how much they hate us, you know, showing the clips from previous years.
Yeah.
Him saying if he wants to win one game, he wants to win this one. He don't care if he loses the rest.
Yeah, he said that up there the other day at the media day. You're a captain, one of four. There's got to be something in your makeup, your disposition, your character and it's voted on by the players. It's not the coaches picking these. What do you see in yourself maybe that would make you into a leader that they'd respect you enough to do that? Is this you got something? I don't know what it is, but
I'd probably say how much I care and effort. Like, I don't take reps off. I go full speed at everything. Coach Floyd has drilled that into my brain since I got here. He always compares me to him. You know, we're kind of built the same. Not the biggest, fastest, strongest, but we do give full effort, and we read our keys, and I listen to everything he says. I trust him, and he puts me in positions to make plays. I just have to make them.
Is there something, do you call defensive signals for the backfield there? I mean, is it you or someone else, or do you share that responsibility?
Yeah, we all just share it pretty much. The free set, I mean, it just depends on game plan each week. You know, we just communicate together.
What's been some of your favorite things about playing football? And let me back up a minute, though. When did you start playing football?
Freshman year was my first year.
No middle school?
Nope.
No Pee Wee League?
Nope.
And is this your first, well, how many years have you started?
Just this year. This will be
Just
first.
this year be your first year start. So you've been on the team all 3 years there.
Yeah.
Looking at your family background, I think a name who's your dad?
It's my cousin. He's Kevin Gentry Jr. He played here for 4 years, 3-year starter. And, yeah, I mean, I know how much it meant to him, and it's just going through the bloodline.
He's a head knocker there. Do you have brothers or sisters that play athletics, or are you the only child, or I don't know?
I have an older brother. He's like 24. He played here for a little bit, but not long, because he got in trouble and stuff. But I have 2 little brothers, Camden and Mason. Camo's 10, Mason's 8. They both play for the youth league. They've been playing as long as I have, so I think this will be their 4th year.
Future Bears, then,
yeah.
looks like there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's going to be good. Do you play any other sports here at Bradley?
Wrestling.
You wrestle what weight class? What would you hope to be at this year anyway?
I probably am going to go 144. I mean, I'm not really 100% sure yet. It just depends where everybody else goes, what happens. Last year I was 144, so.
What do you have in mind? I know you're a senior, and I always like to ask seniors this. What do you have in mind after you leave school there? Would you like to play football in college if you get a chance?
Oh, yeah. If I get the chance to, I'd love to. I love the sport. Coach Floyd's made me fall in love with it, and just going through everything with the team, you know, like he says whenever y'all ask him about what made him want to come back, it's just being a part of the team. And, yeah, I mean,
I was going to say, and another question I always like to ask, football's behind you, whether it's high school, college, whatever, what do you see yourself doing down the road 10, 15, 20 years? You've been an old married man, a bunch of kids running around, or you can be a bachelor all your life. You're going to be either driving race cars, or, I mean, I can get some weird answers sometimes, but
Yeah.
what would you like to do if you had your...
I'd like to be married, house, 3 or 4 kids, you know, just normal basic stuff.
Any kind of work, though, that interests you that comes to mind?
Welding.
Welding.
Yep.
Are you taking the welding class
Yep.
at the Pie Center here?
I took it last year, and I'm going to take it second semester this year.
Well, man, that's a great career. It's a well-paying career, too. And once you get through high school, you'll be ready to be a certified welder, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, what else can we talk about Thursday night? I mean, what do you want to tell the fans out there that's watching this? They're going to see this. This is going to be airing on Tuesday. We got 2 more days. We need a big crowd there. I'm sure we're going to have a big crowd.
Oh, yeah.
It is McMinn County, a team that we just bitterly dislike, you know.
It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they're well coached, like Coach Floyd said. They're tough. They're very physical, and we just got to be able to, like, we're going to get knocked down. We're going to make mistakes, like Coach Floyd said. We have to handle the adversity and fight through it. And I mean, it's just going to be a dogfight.
The one thing that young teams can't do is dwell on the last play if they mess up. The snap and clear mentality, you got to get that out of your mind, because that'll mess up your next play. Have you been able, I know teams have preseason scrimmages, things like that. Have you been able to see McMinn on film, or to see any kind of indication of what they're going to try to do? Yeah,
I mean, they run the ball like normal. They switched out a wing tee. They're more spread, you know, 2x2 trips, 11 personnel, stuff like that. So, I mean, it'll be fun. They don't, I mean, they throw the ball. They can throw and complete well, but they run it a lot. So we just have to make tackles, not bust, and just do our jobs. Well, Thursday night, nothing would please me more than to call a pick 6 on defense for the Bears there, and with you taking it into the end zone there. Oh, yeah. But, Jacob, appreciate you taking time to be with us today. As I said, our games will be Thursday night this week, next week, and the rest of the season for us, and they'll be 7 o'clock on Friday night, whether it's home or away, on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Yes, that's right. We no longer have the buzz. It's ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Join us 6 o'clock for our tip-off show. We'll have our halftime interview with our player here, Jacob Gentry, this week, who's one of our seniors on the Bear team. I'd like to thank Mr. Gwen Schroer and the folks back here in Studio H12 makes these shows possible. Until next time, God bless and go Bears.